Waiting on food seems to be your consistent situation.
Dude, I eat like a fucking Viking.
Fair enough.
Same here. Hence, me and Mac are both gaining weight.
Speak for yourself, man. I'm down to 180.
You're down now? You're down to 180? Nice.
So, we left off right after the Dwergar retreated into their compound.
Shit. Hold on. Give me a second. My wife's yelling for me.
You're fine.
She sees a spider or something.
So, if anybody forgot, everybody retreated. The dwarves retreated into the Dwergar compound. They pretty much told you to fuck all the way off when you asked to see the gnome. And they said they would release her in exchange for the gem. And we stopped right at that point, so there hasn't been any time that passed. The earth elemental is still even summoned, so it won't be summoned forever, but at this point, you guys can start in whatever direction you so desire.
I say let's grab pebbles.
Yep, quickly.
You want to go take care of that, Eddie?
Yeah.
Come up behind as soon as possible.
Yeah.
You guys both talked at the same time. I missed. You said let's go grab something. I didn't catch what it was.
Pebbles.
Got it. Okay.
I don't like that. I used the second roll, Tony.
Okay.
And I moved to where his last location was.
Okay. Which is up there around the fungal grove. And he's actually still on the map. Is everybody else staying right there?
No, we're gonna go after him too.
Yeah.
I'd assume.
But I activate my boots so I can get quicker speed. In case he decides to,
Okay. So
flee.
you get there, and he's no longer there, but without any effort. He's not even appearing to make any effort to hide from this side. You're able to see that he is up here now. He's not making any effort to hide from seeing him from the rear, but it looks like he's trying to hide from being seen from the other side of the trench.
From over there?
Correct.
Do you guys want me to just tackle him?
I just came so fucking close to losing the toe, it's unbelievable. Or at least having to get some damn stitches.
I don't say tackle him, but I say let's definitely get him and question him. I mean, remember, we're already in the bad side of one of the factions here. Let's not freaking start a ruckus.
Okay, I missed it. Where are we at? I see Peebles is back.
You want to try to flank him in?
Yeah. We'll come up here. Me and the Shield Guardian will come from the west.
I will come up from this direction.
What I meant, is he doing anything? Did he cast a spell or
hiding?
Do I need to roll a check to see him or anything?
No, he's not making any effort to hide from this side. He kind of glances over when you guys are moving up, especially Shield Guardian. He sees, the loud creatures, and he doesn't see all of you, but he kind of looks over and doesn't pay you all too much mind and looks back.
Is he looking at... I mean, he sees us, but is he, focused on something specific?
His focus is in this direction, specifically.
Vadu would go over and whisper, "What you looking at?"
He kind of looks back at you and kind of assesses you for a second.
Vadu's the guy who talked to him before, so...
And he after a second, he says that he is watching for any interaction between the Zentarum. He wants to make his way over there safely and provide information about the Dwergar attack on the Svirfnebli. But he doesn't want to get pulled into the conflict.
Tony, with my insight. Real quick, what was the mage's name?
Stand by, I'm looking something up for someone. I asked. I'm trying to remember. Gotta slide down here.
Okay. Orin kind of steps up in front of the Shield Guardian, but not next to Valdu, and says to Pebbles, Yantha sends her greetings, apprentice. Trying to see if I can get a reaction out of him.
So you walk up and you say that. Is it clear you're talking to him, or do you say it in general?
Oh, I'm saying it specifically towards Pebbles. Be prepared.
Okay. Their roll of perception.
Should I also, since I'm right next to him?
Hold on. Not gonna use my lucky. Anybody who heard me say it can do a perception, man. Just like the insights. Yeah, Baldu caught something.
Hopefully.
He shows, as far as you guys can tell, there's literally not a single reaction to him, to that. There's no flicker of recognition, just nothing. He doesn't seem to even realize you're talking to him.
So he's not paying attention to me anymore after the initial walk-up?
I mean, he's not paying attention to you. You were never necessarily his focus. He's aware of your existence. He's paying attention to you. He seems intelligent, highly intelligent, and he seems to be able to focus on numerous things. But he doesn't seem to be currently giving you his undivided attention. His attention seems to be dedicated to across the trench. And when you said that, it definitely wasn't like when you call out someone's name and they kind of look. He seems to apparently assume that you were talking to someone else, or hit it perfectly. And just real quick, Chris, are you on the lizard?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I guess that should be...
No, you're fine. I just want to make sure I knew where you were.
So...
He kind of, after a few seconds, he kind of turns towards you guys and says he would like to go to the Zentarum compound. He asks if you would provide an escort there. He kind of says that he watched you in combat with the the Dwergar, and he was impressed. He thinks that he could absolutely be safe when escorted by you. And he kind of sticks a hand into a pouch of his and pulls it out and says that he can pay you in a couple gems. And you notice when he kind of pulls out the gems, it's not something he's very familiar with. He kind of just reaches in and grabs, and he pulls his hand out, and it's got a couple of pieces of dirt here or there, but it looks like he has 6 total gems. They're semi-precious, maybe 25, 50 gold, and he kind of holds his hand out as an offering. Says he'll give you these. You can escort him to the Dwergar compound.
Hold on a second.
Or, I'm sorry, Zentarum.
Durandon eyes the gems and states, I think something can be arranged.
Orin would go walk up to him, I guess, kind of directly onto him, and says, the gem didn't have a name. You seem to know quite a bit about gems. Have you heard anything about a large black one that the Dwergar are missing?
Stand by. Give me about a minute. I have to step away and make my children pay attention to their mother.
Okay. So if you're right there, get ready for a perception /
Sorry about
insight.
that. Kids were trying to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Instead of paying attention to their mother like they're supposed to. So, I missed... Oh, he says that he heard the Dwergar threaten the Svirfnebli about a stolen gem, but he says these gems, to be honest, he picked up off of the body or the bodies from the dead Svirfnebli merchants. They're not his.
I'll go to the second one.
As far as you can tell, both of you, he appears to be telling the truth.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, I mean, I can't think of anything other than giving him an escort. Unless anybody's got any bright ideas how to alleviate tensions around here.
Unless we find this thing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we go to them and ask if she's got somebody that she hangs around with a lot, they might know the location of the gym. I don't know.
He's going to where we're going anyway.
I put the 6 precious gemstones in the party sheet.
Okay, you guys. If you guys want to go do that, I'll take the shield guardian down to the Deep Gnome Enclave and ask them if What's Her Nuts if they know who her apprentice is and everything.
I'll go with Orin, because I really don't want to go up with the Zentarum.
Alright, sounds good.
Okey-dokey.
That'll do. You with me then?
I suppose so, yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Sully, Orin, and the Shield Guardian are going south, and who's the zombies? I'm assuming as well.
Yeah, zombies are
Bomir,
just hanging out.
Baldu, Durandon, and Pebbles are going north to the Zentara. Is
Correct.
that my understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do a 50-50. It's obviously this is happening. This is happening simultaneously. So let's handle the Sphere of Nebulae first because they're the closest and quickest.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it then.
Food approved. So you guys head down, and I presume work your way down there for reasons.
Yep.
Eddie, I apparently made your token disappear somehow.
Who's?
Sulindir's.
I see 9.
Yep. You put him on top of mine and it made mine disappear for a minute, but we're good.
I fixed it. So you knock on the door, obviously, and they call out and ask who it is.
Orin steps up and says, "It is Orin and Sully, or Sulindir, from the party that you spoke to before."
Okay. So you hear a couple things, locks released, and the door's cracked. It's pulled open a crack. The same man leans out, gabble drip skillet, same one as before, and he asks if you were able to recover the kidnapped mage.
Orin looks at him and says, "We're not able to recover the mage. The Dwergar took her as within rights. They think that she has stolen a gem, a black gem, that was theirs." And Orin will do what, you want perception or a check?
What are you trying to do?
See if that rings any bells with them.
Yes. And an insight.
Yeah, I'm not going to use my lucky. Keep the first one and then insight. Yep, not use the first one.
So, you don't even get it fully out. He starts shaking his head. He says, "I've heard this story. Some of the merchants who fled initially reported the same accusations being thrown around the open air marketplace there." And he says that he's known her for a long time. He says that it's not a new tactic that they would use, but he says flat out that Yantha would not steal anything. Her family is already well off. She has a position in Blingdenstone of authority. She's here as a favor to the Diggermatics, and she would never do that.
What about her apprentice?
He says her apprentice is young and wholly dedicated to her, almost more so than a child would be.
Do you know where her apprentice is?
He says he's not in the warehouse. They haven't seen him. They knew he was with her in the marketplace when the Dwergar showed up and the fight broke out, but no one knows where he went or if he survived.
What's his name?
I have it here. Stand by. I just accidentally closed the correct tab. Let me yank that back up. Flink Thunderbonk. As silly as that sounds, let me type that out. Says that he is very dedicated to her. He would have been with her and would not have left her side unless he was commanded to. He would have died with her.
What does he look like?
He provides you a passing accurate description that would allow you to differentiate him from another Sphere of Nebulae.
Is it Babels?
It's not. He's
Okay.
much smaller and more slender than Junkadunk up there.
Okay, I ask him if he knows who Peebles is.
He listens to your description and says that he's never heard of him. But he says if you want to wait or come inside, he can ask around.
Orn?
Orin would bow to the leader and ask him if he'd be willing to. We don't necessarily trust this Peebles character, so if he'd be willing to do it, we would come back and see if he has any information.
Yeah, he says it'll take about 10 minutes. You can come in or wait here. He'll come back with the information.
Oh, okay.
Information.
10 minutes, no problem. We'll come in.
Indeed.
Okay. I'm going to let you guys pause there and switch over to the other side, assuming Durandon came back with the much-needed sustenance.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So you guys head up. I'm going to move you guys up to here, give you a description or two, and then we'll move on. Pebbles seems to still be very uninterested. I'm going to give you another description of the whole cavern, followed by a description of just of the marketplace. So, the cavern itself, as I said, is 30 feet tall, supported by naturally formed columns. The lamp posts around here have continual flames cast on them, and these walkways that you're walking on have crystals embedded. Are of crushed crystals, and there's formed crystals embedded in the walls and ceiling, and they illuminate myriad fountains and waterfalls, streams. This side specifically has a lot more decoration in the manner of aesthetics, especially as you would expect from elves. Now, the actual marketplace is reflecting the Drow and Zentarum that do business here. They are all empty. There are areas for livestock, things like that, but it's definitely a lot nicer than the other side. I'm going to step away for a second. So, sorry about that. The kids were screaming. Of course, 9 o'clock at night, they decide is the time to pull out their loud toys. Yay, summer. I'm going to go ahead and do some unmasking here, and then we'll get a little bit more description. From here, especially with the illumination, you can see the remainder of the cavern. So across the way, you see the little rivers and pools. Up to the, let's see, it would be the north and west. You see a massive fungus. It's almost functioning as a gazebo. It's right around. I think I clicked on the wrong one there. See up. You see the Zerkwood mushroom right here, and it's huge cap. It's 20 feet tall, and the dome seems to be being dripped on from above and serving as like an umbrella / gazebo. From where you're sitting, let's see what that is. 175 feet. You can see that there are shapes in and around the area of the door. There's one humanoid figure of around the actual Zerkwood mushroom. Over on the Zentarum side, you see that they have like a small area of tents, small tents, and then a large pavilion. The Zentarum side reflects, obviously, surface dweller mentality, preferring structure over mushrooms. And give me a perception check for some of you. Those of you over here, I should say. So, from where you're standing, you see a group of figures. You can't really make them out. I mean, you're damn near 200 feet away. They're kind of fuzzy. It's not incredibly well lit, but you can see a group of between, let's say, 3 and 6 appear to be heading out from underneath the Zerkwood. And the reason why where you actually are able to get about their numbers, they come down this walkway and turn up this way.
You guys want to head out there or what?
Let's see. We have.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Might as well. I mean, it's either go north or go west.
What is that sound I keep hearing? Is that my computer? Can y'all hear that?
That's
dinging
my
sound?
fault. That's
Oh.
mine. I have to fix it. I don't know how to fix it right now. I'm working on it.
I was looking all over my computer.
Got it. It was every time my girlfriend sends me a message.
Did you just call me your girlfriend?
No, Sasha's sending me messages on Facebook. The text message you sent me, I just got.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I hate to do it, guys, but I'm falling asleep on my computer, so I'm gonna bounce.
You're fine,
It's all
man.
good, man.
Hey,
Eddie,
dude.
you got Oren?
Yeah, you're fine, man.
Awesome. Okay, you guys, sorry about this. I was hoping to be good, but I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, have fun, man.
Good
Take
night.
it easy.
Night.
I'm releasing cannon fodder, Eddie.
Thank you.
Say what?
Nothing. Not important.
User disconnected from your channel.
Okay.
User joined your
Sorry,
channel.
one more thing. Don't forget the zombies, Eddie, and if you go to sleep overnight, make sure you cast this 5th level spell on them the next morning. Okay, I'm going to bed. Night.
Good night.
User disconnected from your channel.
Because this is your first D&D game.
Will you release the bag?
All right. You now have control of Matt's sack.
Thank you.
I hear he likes you to be gentle, so.
And today on Top 10 Things Heard at Thanksgiving Dinner,
Okay, so the group heads up, and from this distance, give me another perception check, please. So, Durandon, and I'm sure you share it, you can make out 4 figures, and they are making their way. I just realized I haven't moved the recording. Let's move the recording here. There we go. They're making their way up here, followed by turning down this way. They appear to be moving towards the Zentarum compound. And there is also, from where you're sitting, a single figure, humanoid, sitting underneath the Zerkwood mushroom on some type of structure of furniture, but you can't make out his race or anything about him.
Did you say human or humanoid?
Humanoid.
I say we go around.
What do you want to do? Just cut to the right and go up?
Well, I was going to say, go down and around back to the Zentarum.
Where exactly is Zentarum? I must have missed that.
West. Look directly west.
Is that patch of water between us and them crossable?
I mean, it's 10 feet wide. I mean, you could ford it. It's not
Maybe
awful.
I'll jump it.
Well, we also got the guy under the umbrella. Mushroom, whatever.
No, I think we should go straight to the Zentarum. See what they say.
Bomir?
I don't think it don't know. It doesn't really matter. Maybe we can go back and around if we want to. But I don't think it'll be much fun. Does it look like he sees us? I mean, it's probably pretty obvious that he sees us, huh?
He doesn't seem to be paying a massive amount of attention to you.
Might be worth approaching. I mean, we're here.
Alright. See if he says anything if we get closer.
Okay. So, as you guys move closer, you notice that he is wearing a wizard's robes and sitting on a bench, probably made of Zerkwood. He is a drow, and he is kind of muttering to himself or under his breath in a manner you can't hear, even if you spoke the language, which you can't make out the language. But he has his hood pulled back, and the robes look to be a very expensive make.
Should probably not do. We should probably wait for Orin for that one.
He doesn't seem to be aware of your presence. And I'm going to pause that here. And down at the Svirfnebli compound, the warehouse manager, Gabble, comes back out and says that the... Stand by 1 second. I gotta shut these boys down. They're screaming.
I didn't know they came with power off switches. Shut them down, reboot them.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Right?
I swear to God, if you don't go to bed, I'm going to mute you.
I would like more information, especially on this mute prospect.
Duct tape.
Have the ultimate mute.
Unfortunately considered highly illegal.
No kids.
Yeah. That's the one I practice too, but you know.
I am 8 years late on that one.
Josh, do you want to approach then and then see if you can get a glance as to what they're doing?
The wizard or the people?
The wizard.
The wizard, I think we should wait on Orin for. The Centaurum, I mean, we could always cut across the river or keep a distance and watch and see where them guys go. Because if we go down and around, we might run right into them. Truthfully, we could even stand in these tents down here, the little patch, and just watch them.
Well, don't forget, one of the reasons we're here is to see the Zentarum.
Right, yeah, but we don't know about what these guys are going to do, the ones we just seen walking. Kind of want to get to Zentarum before we get to anyone, yeah?
My apologies. I thought I could get them to stay quiet. I failed. Now they're shutting it down. Are you still here, Eddie?
Mhm.
So the warehouse leader, Gabble, comes back out, says he talked to a number of merchants. They recall him by description, said that he entered the city today as a unaffiliated trader, bought some general odds and ends, nothing of any huge, anything that stands out as suspicious or anything like that. They say that some of the stuff he bought was some roper gut. Stand by. Let's see. I don't know why I can't manage to keep my place tonight. Just a little apparently discombobulated, but they say that he came in and he bought some roper gut from the animal and some barrel stalk flesh and a canteen that he filled with fresh water. So food, water, and some roper gut, which had been stretched out into thin cord-like. It's not really good for rope, mostly used for medicinal uses. He asked a good deal of questions about the Zentarum, but he didn't seem to have any specific questions he was looking to have answered. But he was in the marketplace when the attack started.
And he went outside?
What do you mean?
Or which is the marketplace? The big outdoor section or the inside section?
The outdoor section. This
Oh, okay.
area where he was originally hiding.
Okay.
Where's the other druid?
I took him off the map because you guys were looking to start a massive battle. I thought I could cut down on one token. I'll throw him back on there.
Alright, I was just seeing, if he's with us or with them.
He's with you. He stayed. You guys specified who was going to the other area, so as a default, he wasn't included. So he's with you guys. Being weird and eating, fingers like chicken wings.
Not something I want around.
I, for one, respect the man for it.
You do you.
Valdu doesn't seem to care one way or the other. He's not phased by it, as if he's seen it.
Okay. And where do you want to go now? Or do you have any more questions?
I don't really have any other questions. Shit, I don't know. Okay, I guess that's it.
Okay. He closes up the door, and you can hear the latches and so forth closing behind.
Excuse me, sorry. I guess we meet up with the other group.
Okay, so you guys head up there, and while they're moving up there, what are you guys doing?
I think we're going
Do you want to go down?
swing back down and around to Zentarum.
I mean, that still runs the chance of them running into us, considering they were going that direction. You sure you don't want to head over to these, this little small patch of tents?
Who are you talking to?
Mac, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm sure. Just down and around, because we're heading to the Zentarum anyway. If we're gonna run into something, we're gonna run into them.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you guys head down and around and meet up with the remainder of your group as they are heading up. So I'll let you guys all join up. I know you guys got a lot of tokens. So I'm going to mark it on the... Okay. Chris, just to verify, which group are you with?
Oh, I thought we were converging.
Yes, you are. I just didn't know where you were. I just wanted to verify you were still with Valdu and Durandon.
Yeah, just as they come down.
Okay, just wanted to verify.
I know we're going down that far. I thought we were meeting in the middle.
You are. That's why I was just asking. It is my fault for not being specific. So Pebbles kind of moves forward with you guys, and he kind of seems to be getting a little eager, saying he'd like to move over towards the Zentarum. He has some information he wants to really convey. It looks like the Drow and the Zentarum are getting ready to at least get semi-close to each other. He'd like to tell both parties if he can, but he's mostly interested in conveying it to the Zentarum.
Alright, let's just go there.
What information does he have to convey?
He does not. He is not willing to provide that to you. He says
I'm not willing to escort him.
he asked for his gems back.
What gems did he pay us?
He paid you.
Yes, he did.
He's shady as fuck. I don't trust him.
Yeah, we're going there anyway.
Okay. So, put yourselves on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, which bridge? There's a lot of bridges about.
The one towards the Zentarum. As far as the route you guys were taking, as far as I understood.
So this bridge over here?
Yes. In the general vicinity of that bridge. Okay, so as you guys are about right there, you see the Zentarum have 2 guards. Throw some tokens down. But the 2 guards are standing outside the pavilion. And as you guys are coming up on the bridge, you see the group of 4 drow are just being escorted into the pavilion. So they just go into the pavilion as you guys are coming up on the bridge. Okay?
Y'all wanted to do stuff here. What are we doing?
I'm kind of waiting on Pebble. Is he coming up?
So he kind of is hanging out behind you guys. Did you guys move up that far, or was that an accident?
I moved up that far.
Okay, so Pebbles kind of breaks off from the group a little bit, moves over towards these tents, kind of getting in a hidden position, kind of watching as you guys move up. When you guys move up, the guards are starting to withdraw, and they notice you, and they turn around and ask who you are.
I look at the guards and say we were sent by Davra Jasor.
The guards kind of exchange looks and kind of shrug at you and say, "Who's that?"
What was the name of that dwarven fortress we were at?
Stug.
Gracklestug. I'm sorry.
It is
Gonzalgrim.
Gonzalgrim.
She is a Zentarum representative from Grantlegrim.
She's from the surface. She was in Gauntlgrim.
Yes,
From the surface.
She is a Zentarum representative from the surface.
Do we know if you're a Zentarum or not, Duran? Was that shared?
I haven't openly shared it. However, I suspect people have their suspicions.
Not any longer. I mean, characters don't know shit, but
Shared now.
Well, I mean, he did say it out of character. I just didn't know if you said it in character.
No, he didn't.
No.
He never shared it out of character either.
Oops, my bad. I thought you did.
Alrighty then. Secret Keeper over there. Okay. 1 second. As far as you can see, it looks like for those of you in the back, you can see that Pebbles is kind of pulls out a little notebook and starts scribbling something down like he's writing. And the guards say that they... Hold on. So, Pebbles has like a little notebook. He appears to be writing something, scribbling. The guards... The guards say that they will get Gazrim, and you can make your discussions with him. And they immediately start withdrawing. From where Durandon and Bomir and Valdu are, you can see inside the tent. It's not a closed pavilion. It's from where you're standing. That little darkened area is open. You can see the 4 drow standing inside. 4 of them seem to be wearing armor. One of them seems to be an aristocrat. There's a table, of food that looks like it's been laid out in an intentional greeting fashion. It has a couple decanters that may have some type of liquid in it, but it doesn't look like the drow are moving towards it. There's also what looks to be 1 or 2 serving people who are both humans, and the pavilion's pretty decently lit.
I cautiously approach just to the outside of the pavilion.
Okay. And it doesn't take a massive amount to draw the attention of the drow. Let's see, Sully, give me a perception check, and then Bomir and Valdu as well. Sully, give me yours at disadvantage for distance, please. So Valdu, on a ledge overlooking the pavilion up here to the top left, let me zoom in here. It's actually behind the pavilion, but it's on a ledge that's above the pavilion, so you can see it from there. You see a gargoyle, and he's moving, is what draws your attention. He's not moving like a lot, but he's moving almost like he's jittery, which is pretty unusual for creatures that can pose as statues. It just catches your eye. But the rest of you, I'm sorry, Durandon, as you move forward, the drow turn to you. One of them is wearing robes. He is there as with the other guy. They're very expensive looking robes. He looks like an aristocrat. But as you move closer, you do tend to notice that he does appear to be a spellcaster of sorts. He does have like a small wand stick in his hand. And when you move closer, he turns and says, "Who are you? Are you a member of the Zentarum?" And he says it in Undercommon.
I look at him and I reply, I am.
He says, "Do you speak for Gazrim?"
I speak for Davra Jessor.
He kind of looks at the other drow, and they have like a short flash of their hands back and forth, and you can pretty much tell it's a method of communication, some type of sign language, but it is completely alien to you. And the drow turns back and says, You are not the chief negotiator of Zentarum and Mantle Dareth, and we will only speak to Gazrim. You need to leave now."
We are here ourselves to speak with Gazrim on unrelated matters.
And the drow says, "Then you will step away from the pavilion and wait your turn."
Valdu would point out the gargoyle to Bomir.
Durandon bows and takes a slight step back.
Gargoyle? Did I miss something?
Up on a ledge with 5 foot squares, there's a gargoyle. It's fidgety as opposed to standing still. Valdu would say he doesn't feel that it's normal.
The drow sends. I'll put him on the map real quick. The drow sends the guards in front of him before turning and saying, "You need to withdraw to at least the bridge. Our business is private and of no interest to you."
Alright, let's just back up. Don't want to piece these guys off.
Okay, so are you guys withdrawing and staying there? Is that your... I'm just asking to verify, so I'm not skipping over any of your intentions.
Oh, guess not.
Well, he can move quietly.
Oh.
He's not on a lizard and wearing armor. That's also wearing armor.
Sully, don't forget, I can also make you invisible.
But I don't want to be invisible.
I don't need you to make me invisible.
Fine.
Okay, so you guys are... Sully's moving up. What are you doing, Sully?
Just eavesdropping. Dropping
Okay.
leaves. This is a big tent, right?
It's a massive tent. I mean, it's 30 feet across, which is
Okay.
as big as my living room.
But it's a tent. It's not like solid stone walls or anything.
Correct.
I can hear on the other side.
Oh, absolutely. Are you
Okay.
Are you doing anything to see?
If there's like a crack or something, I might look in, but
You can create a crack.
yeah, but that creates sound and other problems.
Okay.
I will
So,
just listen for now.
so a short, maybe 5 minutes later, as you guys withdraw, short, maybe you notice without much effort because of you, although you do notice that he's doing a pretty kick-ass job being stealthy. Pebbles moves up next to you. And he kind of motions. He's moving up next to the tent, and he sees you, but only because he's moving in the same area. You literally happen to pick his area. He takes out a flint knife, and he slides it along the tent, just about the size of a quarter in length.
To
And
look
kinda-
in.
To peek his eye in. You look like his knife is not designed for poking. This is one thing that does catch your eyes. It's not something that you'd use as a dagger to stab. It looks like it's a razor knife made to cut. It looks like a very sharp precision item.
He's done this before.
So, you do notice the back of the tent from there is rolled up if you choose to look in. But the Pebbles is looking in, and you hear a silky, very aristocratic sounding voice. It's speaking in Undercommon, but you can tell it was pretty, let's see a good word, pretty rife with the inflections of the surface.
Okay.
I'm gonna unmask these. But the drow and human voice start talking back and forth. So the question now I have to you is, are you just listening? And I need a perception check. I don't care. I just want to know whether to send you pictures or not. I'm not implying that you should be or anything like that.
I tap Peebles and like motion for his Sharpie knifey thing.
Okay. He hands you his flint knife.
Okay, I create a small eye hole for myself,
Okay.
and then I hand him back his little knifey
Now-
thing.
Anytime anybody wants to jump in here, you're absolutely welcome. I don't want you to feel like I'm cutting you out. But I'm going to send a couple pictures to everybody. Let's see. This is almost immediately identifiable as the human in charge of the Zentarum. And you can tell he's just a fucking snob. He's talking like a snob.
Why is his face gold plated?
I don't really know. That's what they went with. They didn't.
Okay. Especially for somebody that lives underground. I mean, he didn't get any sun.
He's a Simpsons character.
He looks to be protected by his guards, so you can definitely tell he doesn't trust the Zentarum. One thing that catches
drow.
your
He
eye.
doesn't trust the drow.
Correct, the drow. One thing that catches your eye almost immediately is behind Gazram is a creature that you've heard of and never seen in your experience. There is a beholder. He is floating. It's not all, I'm going to kill you all. It seems to be its central eye focused on the drow as assessing, but also on listening. I mean, it's behind Gazram. The actual creature, 1 second here. No. Stand by 1 second. I want to get the actual description. The beholder's wounded. It's maimed. It's not bleeding wounded, but it's scarred. And I had the description, but I'm doing a poor job keeping up with this so much going on in the book right now. The beholder is wounded. Its central eye looks to be damaged, and it has a lot of scars in and around its body. So it definitely looks like it got the bad end of a fight at one point, but it's still alive, so whatever it was fighting probably got the worst end of the fight. The beholder appears to have lost 4 of its eye stalks and function, so it definitely has 2 eye stalks that are burned, possibly by fire or lightning. The other 2 just hang limp. The other 4 are definitely flailing around, looking. The central eye, as I said, is damaged. The remainder of it is pretty healthy, but it's still a beholder. So don't take it as a weak creature. The conversation is started off by the drow. The negotiator speaks with guards at its side and says that he has witnessed the Dwergar and the Svirfnebli breaking the peace and attacking each other. He says that his scrying revealed that the Dwergar were forced to retreat, and the gist of what you get is that the drow are proposing sending their forces out to wipe out and conquer both the Dwergar and the Svirfnebli compounds, promising to give the Svirfnebli compound and all the riches inside to the Zentarum if the Zentarum will surrender to them the Dwergar compound and all the riches inside, and then split the trade of Mantle Dareth between the 2 rather than the 4. Give me a perception check real quick, Sully.
Hang on. God, my dice are shit today. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the rest of you guys are standing there. You know that Sully's up there. You see Pebbles come speed walking quietly. As he gets further away, he's getting faster. And he kind of makes his way past you. He's got a little notebook. He's kind of stuffing things into a bag. And he's just bobbing right around you. He's just, looks like he's going.
would ask him where he's going as he passes.
He kind of looks up at you. He says, my business is concluded here. I need to make my report. Thank you for the escort. You guys have a good day.
Thought he would say, hey, wait, and try to get his attention a little bit more, try to get him to stop running.
He realizes you're trying to stop him. What'd you say?
I said, hold on a second, I was making a roll.
He realizes you're trying to stop him. He's aware. He's cognizant. He hears. Disregards you. He is beelining as quickly as he can out of this cavern.
I do look Bomir say this does not look good.
Are they saying anything else in the tent right now? Or
So- Up around the tent, Sully, it looks like Gazram is entertaining the idea, and they're starting to discuss what type of forces, who would it be joint, would each side attack each side, how would the trade. They're having a conversation into the minutiae. Now you are obviously, eavesdropping, but you can guess that they've pretty much accepted they're going to kill everybody.
Okay.
They're getting
So-
down to the 1 second.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So as they are negotiating down into the minutiae, you're starting to realize they've come to an agreement. They haven't agreed on anything, but you can tell that they've agreed that killing people, wiping out the other two sides is good, but they definitely haven't agreed to work together. They definitely haven't agreed to be friends. They're just starting to discuss the details of who's doing what and claiming what when this drow, right? Meow. This female drow, Kenyal, she's dressed as a guard. She's kind of standing in the back as the Sirik, who is the chief negotiator, Sirik. The other drow, though, Kenyal, you notice that she's standing there very quickly, giving a good look. And from your perspective there, Sully, you see her draw, very, very stealthily, a light crossbow. And it looks like she's steadying it for an aim. And give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh.
With a natural 20, you're able to differentiate many things. The first thing you differentiate is that she's aiming for the beholder's central eye.
Okay.
Second, the technique you identify is not, I'm going to shoot him. This is a clear use of the talent and training of an assassin.
Okay.
And she takes a couple seconds aiming her shot to assure her first shot is an instant critical,
Yeah.
and then releases an arrow.
Get the fuck out of there.
She kicks loose a bolt. You hear a scream, and it takes maybe half a second before all hell breaks loose.
In there.
Oh yeah, all hell breaks loose. There's fucking an I-beam that flies through the roof, little flames, and it maybe a couple seconds after the I-beam, not even, the same round, a fireball drops. So it takes Sully with his boots that first round to get back here. Pebbles, getting about that bitch. I'm locking the tokens.
Okay, I tell everybody what the fuck is going on.
Well.
Okay, now here's my question to you. The description, the conversation. If you choose to get involved in the combat, it puts you in round 3. My question to you. You saw fireballs. The second round, you saw a green cloud, as in, cloud kill, that you became very familiar with because the Pudding King used it on you. It's a great effect. The Beholder is... He's flinging I-beams every which way he can. I mean, there's I-beams. There's screams.
It's like a techno rave up in that piece.
It's a bloodbath. And who's coming out where? Now, my question to you is, are you getting involved or staying? That is my question to the group.
That's a party decision.
You want to throw a photo?
Yep, I will.
All right.
Well, no pun intended, but I think the eyes have it.
That's a boss move.
You intended that damn pun and you know it.
Great.
Okay, so the tent is pretty much gone. The explosion rips it in half. The tent's gone. It's difficult terrain everywhere you see tent. From your current position, all 6 Zentarum guards are dead. 1 Drow guard is dead. Gazlam Dulok is not hurt. And the Beholder is having a shitty day.
Where's the gargoyle, or do we know?
He's gone, as far as you can tell.
Can I roll to see where he flew off to?
No. Eddie.
Right, like... Shit, man.
That's the Shield Guardian. Do you want the zombies in?
Yes.
I assume so. Give me a... I'll just roll it. Let's do it this way. It's just easier. 14 on all of them.
Sure.
Stand by while I put it in.
Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom since my turns are probably last. I'll be right back.
Goddamn, Duran, didn't you have 103 health?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
So am I good to go, or?
Yeah, I had to roll for the other druid and everything. It's your turn. Get after it.
Can you use Lucky on
That should be 35
freaking initiative?
No.
That should be 1 back then.
I'm back.
Got it. Don't forget you can double move.
Oh, I'm aware. I cast Blur level 2.
Okay. You should have an effect you need to apply to yourself. Or does Blur not have that? It should. You should just click it. It'll auto apply to yourself because it's targeted itself.
There we go.
Okay. And anything else?
Yep. I move up the additional 10 and kind of hide out a little bit for what I can in this vegetation area.
Duly noted. So Slotus, it says, Beholder. I wonder what that tastes like. With his difficult terrain, he moves up and then casts Bark Skin on himself.
Man, that is my kind of guy. Lick it first and then ask questions later.
Oh, that's nasty.
The drow seeming to give no fucks at all about the Gazrim Dulak continues targeting the Beholder and runs forward and attacks with short swords. The Drow Elite Warrior, number 4, having just killed a Zentarum guard, charges forward and attacks Gazrim Dulak with her short sword. And in one swipe, takes his head clean off his shoulders.
Well, shit.
He's a fucking aristocrat. He ain't got shit.
The mage
It's not too late to back off here.
gives
Just saying.
himself as much room as possible and drops a lightning bolt directly at both of those two. And the elf does some fancy elf work and rogue assassin work and gets the fuck up out there. The lightning bolt misses her completely, is the gist.
Yeah, they just move forward. I mean, I don't know what their movement is.
20 feet.
It won't let me next actor it.
Oh, sorry about that. You want to just move them all, and then I'll approve it as it goes?
Yeah.
I was working on the bark skin.
Okay. That's about all they can do.
Excellent work.
Unlike
Great.
them, they don't seem the beholder does not just want to move forward. He don't like that bitch. And he targets her. He is missing some eye rays. I need to make sure I don't use the ones that he has lost. He hits her with 1, misses with 1, and tries to snap at her, like to bite the bitch, and misses.
Alrighty. Alright, I move there. she's still in range. Do I get?
Sneak attack, yes.
Is it an automatic crit because she is surprised at my presence?
I don't believe so, because I think the crit only applies when they haven't taken a turn.
Nope, it says, in addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit.
Then yes, they are unaware of your presence.
Okay. Alright, so let me apply that real quick.
Hit.
Okay.
This took a bit of an unexpected twist.
Hang on just a second. And that was the wrong button. Sneak attack, and I use what the fuck is it called?
Which one were you aiming for?
The wizard.
Okay, just making sure I knew it was I didn't know if it was the assassin or the wizard.
Oh, there it is. I use action surge to fire again,
Okay, you won't get an assassination or a sneak attack.
but it's just straight damage, right?
Correct, if you hit.
If I hit, yeah.
Hit. If you gotta do straight damage, max it out.
Yep. Alright, and then I, using my lovely roguey abilities, get the fuck out of there.
I'm in, he feels me, I'm down. Now the shield guardian goes stomping through the zombie mosh pit.
Yes, he does. What's his movement speed?
His movement speed is 30 feet per, unless you double move, then it's 60.
Okay, so that would be what, 40 right there?
Be 5 to, yeah, about.
Okay. Could he go right there?
Yes,
Okay, he
He's-
goes right there.
he's pretty massive. He could walk over that pretty easily.
Okay, he goes right there.
Are we aiming to kill all the drow? I mean, it might seem like a stupid question, but I want to make sure here.
Considering they're rather vengeful people, I would go out on a limb and say yes.
If we're keeping any of them alive, we keep Kinyel alive, because Kinyel's not a caster, as far as we know. And less likely to be able to kill us with a thought.
Fair enough.
Just saying.
Give me just 1 second. Let me see if that's close enough. I was looking at the wrong damn spell. Tony, can you approve that move forward so I can make sure I'm within range? Is there fire at all near the wizard since Fireball was dropped.
There's fire. Yeah, I mean, the tent's on fire.
I'd like to summon a fire elemental directly next to the wizard. Challenge rating 5.
There you go.
Does he take his turn immediately?
He takes his turn on his initiative count.
Okay, that being said, I am going to move back some. Or, is stealthing an action in combat?
Yes.
Yes.
Don't forget to mark the spell off.
I already did.
Alrighty.
See, Warren is a Nomi gnome, so his speed is 25. So that's what, 15?
Yes.
$20, 25. Can he see the Sirac from there?
Oh no. There's no way.
I didn't think so. Because of the other mass amount of tents and stuff.
Correct.
Okay, just double checking. Shit, I don't know what else he can do. His spell list is fucking bizarre as hell. Yeah, that's his turn, I guess. I don't know.
That's fine. That'll work. Bomir, you're up.
I am up.
Beholders aren't that strong. Run up there. Don't be a bitch.
Wait, who's this fire elemental? How did that get here?
That's mine.
Oh, I've never seen that before. Can they see me if I head towards this tent?
Well, they would be able to visually see you, but they are somewhat occupied.
Yeah. Oh, how far was that?
15 feet, I believe.
Oh, math. Are you sure? That doesn't seem right.
Let's take you back 25 feet.
Yeah, that's more.
I guessed. I saw 5.
That is as far as my lizard can take me.
Alrighty. So you're up in there now.
I am up in there. Can I see them through the
The
slit?
tent's burned down.
Oh, it's burned down. Okay.
Everything in the whole area of the tent is considered difficult terrain for future reference.
I am going to cast the level 1 spell here real quick. Hold on. No, I am not. I'm going to shoot my crossbow.
But who are you shooting the crossbow at? That's the important question.
Let me look at the house real quick. Wounded, how's he? How to shoot the closest one. Two shots.
The second one hit, but target him before you roll damage.
On Boomer, where's he at? There he is.
Wherefore art thou, Bomir?
There we go.
Alright. It's safe to say that Pebbles is getting the fuck out of Dodge. Durandon. Everybody's just getting balls deep in there.
I'm noticing that.
Now remember, this definition of sneak attack says that if they have a hostile creature near, it doesn't have to be an ally of yours. So that is a sneak attack. Go ahead. Roll. I'm gonna grab my charger. That is a standby. For some reason, that's showing as disadvantage. Is that intentional?
It was not.
Alright, hold on a second. I think you might have...
What is the misclick, man?
No, I think it's the target. I'll have to fix it. I don't know if it's an error in the coding. I'll have to look at that. Go ahead and roll again. They both hit, so just, that's just one attack, so...
Dawnbringer.
Okay.
You have yourself targeted.
Ah, that's what's the issue. You're doing some good damage to yourself, though.
Damn it!
I dragged it to her.
Cheers.
Alright, your damage is going. Slotus makes his way right over here and becomes completely distracted by a chunk of meat that has 3 toes on it, and one of which has a long toenail. It looks to be possibly an orc foot, or part of an orc foot, and drops his quarterstaff and starts chewing on the toe.
Was one of the thugs an orc?
It was not. He had that on his own.
Oh, he pulled it out. Okay.
He became distracted therein. The drow, right there in front of Durandon, drops a globe of darkness. Correct me if I'm wrong, but radius is from the center to one edge, correct?
Yes.
She drops a globe of darkness right there, 15-foot radius. The Drow Elite Warrior moves in this general direction and attacks with disadvantage, obviously. It would already have had disadvantage. Misses Durandon and tries a second time and misses Durandon. Sirik, the happy-go-lucky mage there, unable to withdraw, casts a bonus action of Misty Step. And casts Web. In the general direction that he can, so he's going to have to do a ranged touch attack, attempting to web the area. It's 20-foot cube, based off of where he can. I believe that's correct. 20-foot cube. See what he can do for a ranged touch attack. See if he sucks. And with an 18, he drops it right there. Right where he was aiming for. You disadvantage and all. And I have to target you guys, including Mr. Jeffy Jeff Beholder there.
For some reason that works. Jeff the Beholder.
It does. That shouldn't have restrained all of you, but it did. It should only... I was hoping it would do automatic. Only the Beholder should have been restrained, so I'll remove the effect from the rest of you. One second, don't take your movement quite yet. He's going to move at half his speed because of the blindness. And you want to pre-draw those real quick, Eddie? I'll be right back.
Sure.
Hey, let's take about a 3-minute break. I saw they are free-drawed. I'll go ahead and approve those. Let's just take a 3-minute break real quick. I got to take a leak, and my son wants me to say prayers with him. So, somebody wouldn't mind throwing a vote up for everybody being back. I would appreciate it. And we'll start up after the zombies.
Eddie, official vote keeper. Vote maker.
Who's playing Orin?
I am.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Would Radiant Light cancel darkness or counteract it?
I don't know, but I do know that when it's Orin's turn, he's going to dispel the darkness.
Okay.
So, I mean, do you have the Radiant Light ability or spell?
I have Dawnbringer.
Oh, I have no idea then. Is it a spell that's castable through the sword? Or is it just an effect that it has? Because if it's a spell, it should link to the spell sheet, and we should be able to read it from there.
Well, that's what I'm asking is, The sword's luminous blade emits a bright light in a 15-foot radius. The light is sunlight.
That's a Tony call, I think.
That sounds like it wouldn't work. It says the sunlight part. My pizza's ready.
If it were like the spell daylight, it would work. But I don't think anybody has daylight. Alright, I'll be right back.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Hey, question for you.
Purple.
Oh, well, shit. In that case. Would... Dawnbringer's light is considered sunlight. Would that
Correct.
counter darkness?
No.
Okay, so it does have to be a spell.
It does. The effect of sunlight is to damage undead.
Okay.
I'm back.
Outstanding. We're missing one. Which is perfectly fine. I need to look up a spell.
You sure it's not the recorder?
It is not. I clicked on it.
Did Daniel pose this question to you?
He did.
It will not counteract darkness.
Okie dokie.
Alrighty. Chris, are you back?
I am back.
Okay, so Josh is not back. Let's see. His turn's not right away.
I'm back.
Alrighty, everyone's back. So, the happy-go-lucky creature that floats and is Happy opens its scarred eye, center eye, and a 150-foot cone, safe to say, is large.
Oh shit.
I'm not aiming it there, I'm just drawing it out. He turns it in this direction. Well, I guess he is in that direction, sorry. And aims it right at the mage, the webbing. And as he does it, a couple things happen. The webs are suppressed. The darkness vanishes. Let's see. Magic items and powers that are Dawnbringer. I have to check real quick. Let's check out some Dawnbringer. Is it an item? Ancient. It
While
is
he's doing that, it is my plan to try and heal this beholder a little bit to see if we'll calm him down and he'll turn friendly towards us. Because beholder on our side would be really, really nice.
I can see that backfiring.
I can too, that's why I'm only going to heal him like a little bit just to see, you know, what can be done.
My initial response is that you heal him and he turns around and eats you anyway.
It's quite possible,
Because he's
but
a
I
fucking
mean, you gotta
beholder.
try.
Okay.
But we seen that he was already friendly toward a Zentara member, so it could have been, he was already scarred up. It could have been that that other person saved his life, owed him a debt, yada yada. But we'll see.
Durandon. Dawnbringer blinks out. Ceases to function. Basically, if you're in that cone, the Shield Guardian, the zombies, if you have a magic item, it's no longer magic. It's not permanent. Simmer down. But basically,
Heart attack.
you're under the effect of an anti-magic cone, the central eye of a beholder. Spells are suppressed. Magic items are suppressed. Summoned creatures are gone. Unsummoned. Cease to be.
What about the Shield Guardian?
He functions on magic, therefore his magic is suppressed.
Okay, so he just falls into a lump.
In essence, yes.
Okay.
The darkness vanishes, the web vanishes, and that is not considered an action. That is a free action. And for the remainder of his actions, he's fucking pissed. Him and little Miss Priss are about to have a bad day, but beforehand, he drops his attack on her with one eye ray. I stand corrected, by the way. I thought they had 8 rays, and he was down 4. So he had 4? No, they have 10. He's down 4. He has 6. So he first targets her, and she fails. So he does necrotic damage and kills her. 41 damage. With your damage and her damage, his damage, he kills her. She turns kind of black as his eye ray surrounds her, and she starts to shrivel as her life force is decayed. He then turns, targets Mr. Webby over there, hits him with a paralyzing ray, and paralyzes him. He rolls a super high Constitution saving throw. And he then uses the telekinetic ray on the Drow warrior, who does even better with their saving throw. And the telekinetic ray, let's see. Anytime you need a sheet, double click on the token. No problem. If I closed on you, my apologies. So, the telekinetic ray. Basically, what it does, it hits you with the ray, lifts you 30 feet into the air, and surrounds you in a telekinetic beam. That the effect is that you are incapacitated and restrained. Basically, it puts you in a force field. So he kills one, paralyzes the other, and wraps the other in a telekinetic field. Looks at you and says, "Declare your allegiance."
Valdu would shout out non-hostile.
Anyone else?
I'm on your side.
I'm with the Yahoos here.
The beholder says, "Unsummon your creatures and put away your weapons."
Durandon puts Dawnbringer away.
Now the wasted 5th level spell goes kapoof.
Okay.
We can't finish off the Drow?
And you put away your weapons. He's in the process of killing them.
But what if I want to kill one?
Then get in line.
He'll fight you for it.
Fine.
He tried to do this the nice way, and then they fucking started bringing in webs, so the anti-magic cone had to come out, and Mr. Wizard became Mr. Nothing. Anti-magic cone, 150 feet, disables all spells, items, summons, and pretty much fucks your world up. And he, unfortunately, your blur spell's gone.
I figured as much.
What's his
And-
name's Barkskin too.
Oh yeah, all that's gone. He uses his necrotic ray to kill off both drow. He murdered them. And afterwards, he says, let me turn my volume down. I accidentally got it up too loud. He says, "I am Lorthune. I claim leadership of the Zentarum and Mantle Dareth in the absence and death of Gazrim." And he kind of looks down at Gazrim and lets out what you guess to be a chuckle. You can definitely just by pretty quickly tell that he does not have too much love that's lost there.
Well, Lord Thune, it's nice to meet you. I am a Zentarum from the surface.
He says, "And you are the group sent by Miss Jasur, I believe?"
Yes, we are.
He says, "Gazrim was told to expect you." He says, "You have just entered Mantle Dareth, I'm assuming?"
Yeah, you guys had a hell of a welcoming party.
He says, "Something has thrown off the balance of Mantle Dareth, and unlike Gazrim, I have no desire to take over the other half of this outpost. I would appreciate it if you would restore the order." And he says, "Somewhere over there," and he points with his eye ray between you at the woman who tried to assassinate him, the drow. He says, "is an item that resisted my anti-magic cone, which is only possible from an artifact."
Somewhere over where?
On her. On her person, around her.
Okay. I go search her decaying corpse if he will allow it.
You ask permission, which he appreciates, and then grants it.
Okay. Searchy.
Okay. Let me pull this up. I gotta pull her sheet up because I accidentally deleted her corpse. Damn Eddie not wanting to get involved in violent altercations without the group.
Yeah.
It's just a beholder, puss.
Is it inappropriate if I wink at him?
If it makes you feel better, he has a lower challenge rating.
Yeah, but doesn't he have a scarred eye?
Yeah,
fucked up eye?
it lowered its save or it's oh fuck you.
I know, but do you think he would take offense to being winked at?
I feel like there's probably only one way to determine that, and I'm willing to let you figure it out. I'm a generous DM. I feel like you have earned that right. You should go ahead and try it.
Be like, hey, Lorthune. Wink.
Okay, so while searching her, you find her equipment, which is drow-made leather armor, studded leather, non-magical. You find drow-made short swords, light crossbows. Her swords are poisoned, but it's already drying. Oh. And you have...
I mean, I know enough about poison to not fucking touch him.
It's pretty vicious poison, you can tell. You don't know what creature it came from, but it looks like whatever creature it came from is pretty effective. So, 1 second real quick. Let me get you a description of what you find here. So, you find a fist-sized black gem.
Hey, the Drow started it. There's a shock.
People were wanting this gem awful bad, that's for damn sure.
I hold up the gem and say, this is the gem that is causing the problems down south.
Do me a favor. Give me a charisma check, please, Eddie.
Oh,
Saving throw.
sad panda. Hang on. Yeah, that's the one I use.
Stand by, guys. I'm still here. Just stand by, though.
Okay. Sully, having the gem in his hand, holds it up and then slowly starts to like twitch, like his legs and his arms a little bit. And then he drops the gem and starts to panic as he begins to swat out what you imagine to be flames that are on him, and gets so intense that he freaks out, falls to the ground, and starts rolling in horror and screaming about fire, and then goes completely still.
And the rest of you watch this, and the gem, as it falls, doesn't bounce. It just lands with a thud.
Valdu would walk over, making sure that his intentions look quite deliberate to the beholder, try to grab the stone in a bag as opposed to touching it with his hands, and then turn his attention on Sully. And considering we're not in combat, give me just 1 second to look something up. Would cast a level 2 spell on him,
Okay.
which is Lesser Restoration. That's provided that, the madness or whatever it is doesn't get me too. You said there was no actual flames, he just saw them himself? I do, Valdu don't.
You guys did not see any flames, but Sully acted as if there were flames.
Oh, right. What'd you say, Eddie?
I said you guys didn't see any flames, but Sully acted as if there were flames.
Right, yeah. Nothing happens to me when I grab it in the bag?
No, nothing happens to you, and your spell has no effect. He continues to be paralyzed in the position he was.
Well, if I knew in character, then he wouldn't have casted it.
Okay.
So I'll just go ahead and uncheck that.
Missed that there, Valdu. What'd you say?
I said I'll just go ahead and uncheck it. Did you just do something on my sheet?
No.
Something disappeared off my sheet. Weird.
I'm not on anybody's sheet.
And now it's back.
So,
Alright, that was strange.
Lord
Continuing on.
Thune says that, he looks down at the gem and says that if you are sent by the Zentarum and you work for the Zentarum, then you will prove your worth and loyalty by re-establishing the equilibrium in Mantle Dareth. And he points with one of his eye rays at the black gem. He says, I would wager that particular item has something to do with it. And if you can do that, I will ensure you get the ring from Gazram's corpse that you came from. And he uses his telekinetic ray to stack the bodies of the Zentarum on top of each other, and then pick them all up and float back towards the Zentarum outpost.
I look at the rest of the group and go, what's this about a ring?
The ring was the object you guys that was supposed to that he implies would help you get to Graven Hollow.
Ah, gotcha.
Does the Shield Guardian come back up?
He does.
Do the zombies come back up?
They do not.
That's lame.
Does
Does
Orin
Orin
know
come back?
anything about this gem?
It does.
Well, what was that? There was a lot of stuff being said.
I said, does Orin know anything about this gem? Valdu would walk over and show it to him, asking him while keeping it in the bag and not touching it with his own skin. For future reference, anytime I mention Valdu's showing it or whatnot, he's not touching it.
I have no idea if Warren knows anything about it.
Nothing about it.
Well, I figured, he could roll, but,
No. No roll needed.
At that point, Valdu would walk his ass back over, look at the party leader, and say, "So what do you want to do with it?"
Okay, that's up to you guys.
Is Eddie still laying there doing absolutely nothing, just like catatonic?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Durandon takes out a piece of chalk from his bag and starts to draw big eyebrows while his friend is passed out.
Now, is his eyes open and he's just motionless, or is he unconscious?
His eyes are open with a look of pain and terror on his face.
Well, I could try Greater Restoration, but I need a long rest first.
I doubt that it'll do anything.
When we were talking to the dwarves that casted Greater Restoration, that got rid of our madness, right?
Yes, Greater Restoration eliminated all madness.
Oh,
Are you sure Valdu was present for that shit?
Positive.
Okay, just making sure. I don't want to accidentally metagame here. My limited memory keeps me, makes me make sure.
Yeah, we wouldn't want you outing anyone.
For what it's worth, you did have to admit it just a moment afterward, and the way I originally worded it, do we know if he is or is not, you could have just said no. Just saying.
Alright guys, what are we planning on doing?
I say we head back down and actually ask if they have more information about the stone that we're looking for.
Who are you looking at? I misunderstood who you were asking.
In general, I'm throwing that out there.
My suggestion would be, since me and Orin are both low on spells, and Eddie's jacked up, my suggestion would be go back to his Snirfneblin stronghold, get a rest, and go from there.
Just a recap of the situation here. The Dwergar didn't make peace with the Sphere of Nebly, and you just assisted in the killing of the leader of the Drow compound. Probably not going to be a restful area.
We gotta do something. Because I got nothing, and Orin's probably pretty far down. And considering me and him caused pretty big AoE damage, that's why I figured behind the locked gates we might be able to get something, but
You would till they started knocking them down. You need a full uninterrupted 8 hours of rest.
I can recover half, or not half, but some spells with a short rest due to a feat. But that doesn't help Orin at all.
You guys want to wait till Oren's back and just call the game here? So he can drop his effort in?
To be honest, I'm pretty exhausted.
Yeah, this seems like a pretty good place to stop.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Are we actually having a game next week, or is it going to be Orange campaign?
I don't have an answer for that right now, man.
Fair enough.
Okay, so we can plan for tomorrow or next week to be determined between then and now. I'm going to talk to Matt tomorrow morning, and we'll call it here. And that way everybody can be involved on the decision, except for Sully, who's taken a much-deserved nap.
Yeah, but now he has massive eyebrows.
Who doesn't?
But you didn't glue them down first.
No, I drew him on with a piece of charcoal.
Rookie.
That's what I got.
Alright, fellas. Well, good night. I'll see y'all later.
Yep,
Good night, guys.
good
Have a
night.
good night.